What is going on? What is going on? Shout out to our new subscribers, old school subscribers, and TikTok family. Don't go nowhere, y'all. I'm be clicking off the video as soon as I go through the spill. I do that for y'all, okay? I'm giving y'all respect and credit where credit's due. All right? I'm watching the retention on the videos. I'm paying attention. Look, y'all, listen, I gotta title things a certain way to get y'all up in here, okay? So, but I mean every word of what I said. Coochies be stanking and these chicks be hungry. They so hungry. They so hungry. And I'm telling you, listen, y'all, the kind of man that we are, we're very selective about the women that we like to get with. Now, bear with me for a moment. I'm going to be right back. I'm going nowhere. Not today. Ah, shit. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, let's talk about the kind of women that we like. All right. First and foremost, we don't like a woman that competes with us. This should go without saying, but some women think that if they make up in their mind that it's just a friendly competition, that is something that we've some kind of way agreed to, which we never have. We never, gave them. I'm gonna keep it running. We never gave them, any kind of indication that we know that they're putting us in a competition and agreed to it. And again, only unless somebody agrees to it and it's in the realm of like a sport or something, there is no such thing as friendly competition. If you're competing, that is your competitor. They can't be hand in hand. You can't be friends and be competitors. Don't fall for that. You got somebody that's competing with you, but trying to get you to let your guard down. That's all they're doing. Don't believe them. Now, we also like a woman. Obviously, we want a woman to submit all this stuff. Um, you're gonna have to approach us. We're not going to approach you and give you the ability to use it against us, to shut us down or say that we're, you know, you never gave us any indicator that we should have approached. So this kind of woman is going to have to approach us. Now, we've never said that we want a bum, right? We want a woman that works, but she doesn't have to have some crazy career. I'll make sure that's turned off. Okay. She doesn't have to have a crazy career because we know that women that are too career orientated, they are too in their GMO masculine energy. You guys smash that like button. So we don't want to really deal with that. So we don't mind. Listen, you can be working any job, but you have to maintain your feminine frame. If you're outside of it, operating in some other energy, we're not going to like it. We're not going to deal with it, and we'd appreciate it if you don't bring it around us. I don't know. What else? You guys, I apologize for the lateness, but I was on the phone with my pops and we talk. I told you it's like 6, 7 hours every single time. When I talk to people that I'm actually close to, it's like talking to my best friend. We're just catching up on things because he's just like me. He's a Sigma. So, he's a lone wolf. And I didn't even know that I was picking up on traits from my pops until I started talking to him. And see, I've always known how my dad moves. Like my dad, he doesn't play dumb. He just don't tell you that he's smart. And then he'll let you talk your way into a bunch of stuff because you assume that he's not that bright or something like that. But I peep game on him. But then as I've watched my haters and women that are overly observing me and making content off of me, they're telling me the same thing. They're like, you're the kind of person that da, 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 da. I'm like, well, I guess I do that. Except sometimes I actually do play dumb. My dad never plays dumb. I will play dumb. If I think that you think I'm stupid, I'm going to play right along with it. I'm going to play it up. I'm going to get you to say some shit that you shouldn't say around me and I'm gonna checkmate your ass. But I don't want a woman like that. I want a woman in her feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? Someone that I can relax around. I said all that to say this. I'm talking to my dad about going overseas, and at first he was kind of reluctant. But as I talked to him more, he's like, yeah, I want a Spanish woman myself. I'm like, listen, he's talking about South America. I'm like, man, get your passport. We can start moving around. We can start moving around. We ain't gotta be stuck here. It seemed like it's rubbing off on him. It seemed like he's starting to get used to the idea and more open to it. And that's good, man. That's a good thing. Move outside the country and see a different type of woman. I'm just getting on here, you guys, because it's late. I wanted to make sure my kid's out of school tomorrow for I don't even know what reason. He's like, oh, I don't, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get on here and just chop it up with you guys for a few minutes because I don't like to not drop a video. I'm so used to going live. I need to drop a video or go live or do both. You know what I mean? I appreciate all you guys and the support that you guys are giving my pre-recorded videos. I'm getting back into my editing. It's going to only get better from here. So, anybody that edits videos, they know got a template. You just add to the template. You don't start over from scratch. So it's getting easier and easier and better and better. Now, coming from the kind of Sigma I am, I like a woman that's laid back. I like a woman that just, of course you want one that's confident, but a lot of women are egotistical right now, man. It's not really a thin line, but it's just a lot of these type of women out there. I mean, of course, I want her to be fit, and I want her to want to go to the gym, but I don't want her to think that that makes her special. Anyone that cares about themselves is going to the gym and taking care of themselves. So it doesn't like my issue, I guess, with most of the women I see, they're looking for something to make them feel special about themselves or feel special to everybody else. And if they eat right, then they'll just talk about that forever and post it up everywhere. If they go to the gym, they'll talk about that forever and they'll post it up. If they're going to school, they'll talk about that forever and they'll post it up. And don't let them be doing two or, three or four out of those things I listed. You'll never hear the end of it. And if you don't stroke their ego, then they'll feel some type of way like you're trying to take, then they'll flip it and make it seem like you're trying to belittle them and take away from their achievements. And it's not that. I just don't care. I don't know how else you want me to put it. Your achievements, not saying that they're not great, but as far as, me dating you or thinking that you're attractive, I could give a shit less. But a lot of women nowadays don't really have that ability to really interact with men. And they'll have a lot of dudes in their DM. They'll be kind of fit. They can do stuff in the bedroom, but they really don't know how to talk to dudes. They don't know how to interact with dudes. They don't really even try to really figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So I just, and I'm talking to my dad and, I'm thinking about it deeper and I'm really thinking about going to South America for real. Definitely going to make a trip to Mexico as well. But I'm talking to him and I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, yeah, we're both a couple retirees. And he's like, oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, man. We don't need to be sitting here settling and dealing with all this attitude, man. My dad's getting attitude from my sisters. He's dealing with that. I mean, I just got out of the horrible situation I was in, and I ain't got no complaints. I ain't got nobody, breathing down my neck or, some chick. Every time a woman starts getting weird with me that I'm talking to, I just stop texting them. And they can feel whatever way they want to feel about it. I just walk away. I don't explain why I'm walking away. I just be like, man, this chick right, whatever, dude. And I don't even hit them up no more. And they'll just be, acting weird, jump on my social media. They'll try to trigger a conversation so they could be like, why did you leave me on red? And I won't let them trigger the conversation. Like they'll like a video or say something, and I'll be like, nothing happened. Like, hey, how you doing? I ain't letting you trigger. I don't care what you think. Listen, a lot of women are weird, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if they think that all dudes just want the box. All dudes have never gotten boxed before. I don't know what it is, but they have this arrogance about them, and they don't really know who they're messing with. I've gotten so much coochie in my life, like y'all women just don't know, and I'm definitely, I've been celibate, but in my younger day, you have to understand. I was in my 20s, let's say before I got out the military, okay? I was working for the White House, wearing civilian clothes, and I had a flip top like the FBI, had a badge and everything. I had a badge, the White House on it and everything. I flip that thing out, flip it in, you know what I'm saying? Get pulled over by the cops, flip that flip top out, act like I'm just, out here on presidential assignment. This is out of your jurisdiction. And they just let you go. Like, all right, sir, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you do. I need your Kendra G review yet. No, I haven't. But that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Oh, I'm gonna cook her up. Let me go ahead and wait a minute. No, which one is it? Which G is that? Now, which one is Kendra G? Is she the one that was calling black dudes bandits? Or is she the one that stole the show from Kevin Samuels? Which one is she? Because there's a bunch of G's out here, Kendras or something. You know what I'm saying? These chicks be something G, or I don't know which one it is. Let me know, JD, which one it is. If it's the one that stole Kevin Samuels thing, yeah, I want to definitely do a reaction video to her, or review, or whatever you want to call it, because her that's what women do too. Like when you're a man and you're building a new lane for things, women will attack you relentlessly. And then if you move on, or you pass on, or whatever, you relinquish it some type of way, then they'll take it from you. They'll take your exact. But that's why I keep telling you, you got women copying me, where like they just do stuff like that. That's something else that we don't like though. As men, we don't like women that copy and mimic us, unless they're, letting it be known, listen, I look at you as a mentor and I want some guidance. Please lead me. I've had a couple women tell me to lead them, and I do. You know what I'm saying? I do. And I get them on the right path. But as long as you come towards me, humble, and you're like asking for guidance, and you know what it is, neither Kendra D does seeking relationship videos. As a black female train wrecks on there for you to dissect. What? Okay, Kendra G, neither seeking relationships videos. You know what? Let me go ahead and check her out. I got this phone right, y'all. Kendra G, singles. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the chick that has the Kevin Samuels, the call-in show. Yeah. I watched a video of her the other day where somebody was showing that she had. And again, listen, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was doing that call-in show thing, and she kind of like, because what they did was they showed a clip of her going on his show saying that he degrades women, and then they showed a clip of her on that show. I mean, I don't consider it degrading women, but doing what Kevin was doing. She's nothing like Kevin Samuels. Looks like I might have accidentally pressed a button here. Are you Kendra? Are you representative Kendra? Are you Kendra under a fake profile? And you're gonna unlike the video as well? You know what I'm saying? Are you Kendra G in here under a fake profile? Could this be you? Listen, you don't need to unlike the video because I compared you, or if this ain't you, your girl, to Kevin Samuels. What I did do was just make mention of what everybody else is making mention of, which is a fact, that she did kind of take that, setup of his with the call-in show. Oh, you didn't? Somebody did. Somebody was up in here because it was 3 likes and it went down to 2. Oh, now I'm back to 3. Okay, well, you know what? It could have been a glitch. I don't know what I'm talking about. But we can agree to disagree. We're all family here. You know what I'm saying? So we can agree to disagree. We don't have to agree on everything. Um, I just, when I would have had no problem with it had she not went on his show trying to kind of call him out, and then she did it. But it is what it is. She got to get her bag like everybody else does. I never said that she was unattractive, like she's unattractive. I've seen her full of, with her bikini on or whatever. The woman's got a body on her. But as far as that call-in show that she does, no, I've never really seen it. I've seen clips of it, and I will like go through and dissect some of those. But honestly, in the clips, it looks like some of those women are trolling. I could be wrong, but it looks like they're trolling because some of them say some wild stuff, like having like 7 kids or 5 kids, or and still wanting a high value man, and they're laughing the whole time. So, but I'll go through and check out ones that you know definitely need to be dissected because these women are getting kind of crazy and outrageous, and they're just showing us how deranged they are online, which is good footage, good content for us. But yeah, I'll check her out. And if you got any other suggestions, go ahead and let me know. But no, I don't have nothing in particular against her. But I think the verdict is out that she kind of did, take Kevin Samuel. But again, a lot of people, nothing against her directly. A lot of people kind of took a little bit from the man. You know what I mean? I'll definitely start doing some reviews on her. If you guys are watching her like that, I'll definitely start doing some reviews with some of those crazy women that she have on there. I think she mostly do black women. I don't think she do any other race of women. So, it'll definitely be titled Black Woman Says This on the Kendra. Yeah, I think I definitely do that, man. Because those are like easy clips. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely do that. She's doing that. She's talking to a dude on this one. He wants to be your Russell. What? Oh my God, man! Hey, that Russell Wilson dude, man. That dude right there is stepdaddy, man. That dude is when you Google stepdaddy, Wilson's picture pops up. It don't have his name next to it or nothing. His picture just pops up. Hey man, I found deciding to move from any hard decision, but it's time to move on. Still water. Absolutely, man. Salute, my brother, man. Hey, listen, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand. You have to move on. Uh, Sometimes you either grow apart. You say it's a crush, but or if it's somebody you're with, sometimes things don't work out. But if it's a crush, sometimes they aren't what you think they were. You know what I mean? But normally, with it being a crush, it shouldn't have been nothing that serious. So you should be good to go, my man. Salute to the tribe, you guys. I just wanted to get on here and chop it up with y'all for a while. I know the title's crazy, but I just needed to get on here, man. I was talking to my dad for like 7 hours. You know what I'm saying? Watch the episode called Brace Yourself, Make 200K. The data, oof, oof. You know what I'm saying? Got to make 200K. Brace yourself. All right. I'll definitely check it out. It definitely sounds wild. It gives me something to talk about. I'm also going to start putting videos up on my podcast channel. So I might put that video up on that channel, but I'll put it up on here too. And then I'll like try to get you guys to go over to the other channel. But yeah, I don't, I've watched a few clips of her recent because I think she's been going viral. But I don't have, any problem necessarily against her. I don't really watch enough for content to really know what she do. I just see her cooking up those chicks that go on there talking crazy. Like they'll say the craziest stuff. And she's not really pandering to them anymore. So she's just like giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? Which we all know. KS was kind of doing that. But listen, hey, it's all going to seem like somebody else done it. There's nothing new under the sun. And that's something else, right? The kind of woman that we like, I don't know if she necessarily will be a social media chick. And it's no shade against social media women. It's just they're real busy. They have a lot of stuff going on. They got to maintain a presence, and you don't know what those DMs are looking like. So it's kind of hard for us to want to be with a social media type. And no offense, I mean I could be wrong. The right social media chick hits me up, proves me wrong. I would love to get on here and tell you guys I was completely wrong about da 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 da. But from what I see, the social media chicks are the ones most of the time pushing some of this delusional rhetoric that we're hearing a lot of women saying. They seem to be the ones pushing it the most. They're ahead of it, like in the front. So there's that. You know what I mean? But the kind of chick I mean, it's one like a regular woman, someone that's not on social media. If I could have that just likes to chill. I mean, of course, every woman likes to go on dates and make herself look good, but don't like to wear makeup. And if she does, it's barely any, or the pretty much you don't really see it makeup type of stuff. I mean, I'm not really. I'm not asking for much. Of course, I want her to be in shape, but I believe most women outside of America are in shape, so that's not asking for much. It's only a lot to ask for in America, where they've lowered the standard so low that they've got us asking for the bare minimum, and they're still like, nah, we ain't giving you that. So, and it's not against all of y'all out there, but again, the loudest ones in the room are the craziest women in America. So we're doing what we got to do. I'm just going to try some things out. Why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Go overseas, get a nice place in Thailand, um, get there, let that be my base of operation for like a year, whatever. Start moving around, going on vacation, check other things out while I'm over there, see if I want to move somewhere else. Just, move around, see what I like. You know what I'm saying? Spend some time, spend about 3 to 4 years or whatever figuring it out. I believe I'm going to keep it in Thailand, but I might get another home somewhere else. Who knows? We got to have one we can trust. I mean, the interest that we have in her and what she likes to do, it all depends on the Sigma. But, I don't think that asking for an attractive woman that doesn't have wandering eyes with a bunch of bodies, that's not, you know, leading with her resume and her career, I don't think it's too much to ask. Down to earth type of chick, well grounded, knows her place. The last thing you want to do as a man is try to be reminding a woman of the the program you have, right? Where you know the natural nature of things. And you don't want to be over here trying to reteach a woman the natural nature of things. You don't want to, that's a headache in itself. If they want to be alpha, let them be alpha. When they try to trigger you guys, these alpha ones, because they can never get the men they want, they get men, but it's not you. They want you. They want a you. They don't want these betas and these simps in their DMs and these Panda Bear Express dudes. They don't want. They want the one they can't get. Then they get upset about it, and they might try to gaslight you. Don't worry about it, man. They don't even matter. Am I being disrespectful to say that? I don't think so. They don't even matter. First they talk about they don't want us. We need to go do something different. We go do something different. And here we are. They're still complaining about us. We ain't got to deal with it. Gentlemen, look, even for y'all that don't want to go overseas, if we keep doing what we're doing and hold the line, you might be able to get you a decent one that ain't got a bunch of bodies. Like they might start coming out the woodwork. What you guys are hoping. I don't know why your message got retracted. I ain't get to read it, man. I should have screenshotted it. I don't even know what it said. That's crazy. Man, I was like a little. I was gonna read that junk too. I was waiting until I finished my sentence, and then it just, unless you retracted it. If you retracted it, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard out here dating. Period. Okay. So for the women that watch my channel and get so offended by what I say, it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Dating. Period. But to think that you can rack up bodies, to think that you can go back to exes, to think that you can try to keep us, on the shelf and come back to us as you see fit whenever you feel, it's wild behavior. It really is. So we got to put our foot down. Um, I would mainly say The main thing about what you need to be looking for in a woman nowadays is a foreign woman. I'm not saying that as in all, because there are a couple diamonds in the rough, but I believe the ones in America, the Western woman that's a diamond in the rough for you is going to make her way to you. She's going to find a way to befriend you. You're not going to be one. See, the women that are in their ego right now, seeing the shift that's going on, knowing that they got to approach good men to get one, that refuse to do it and then go online and whine about the fact that men aren't approaching them and these men ain't the men that they used to be. Well, bitch, jump in a time machine, take your raggedy stinking ass back 10, 15, 20 years and go get yourself one of them. Are you a male or a female? Just are you a man or a woman? Just a quick question, you know. Just want to ask that because I'm getting woman vibes here. No disrespect. No, I'm just getting woman vibes. Like I said something about that Kendra chick. I think Kendra has a bunch of dude followers too. But then you seem like you got a little bit of offended by it, by the response of she's nothing like Kevin Samuels, which okay, but that was a bit much in the response. And then like the response, the messages you're putting in there right now, it's kind of like I'm not saying you're doing it, but it's kind of like you're trying to give me a lesson. And women love to try to give a grown ass man a lesson. You know what I mean? Like they'll slide it in real slick, like. But these modern, they love to try to give a grown man a lesson when you're here to learn. You know what I mean? So I just have to be really careful with how I say things. I have a lot of content creators that watch me, but any women or woman content creator that watches me, you need to understand I'm very firm in my masculine frame, and I don't take no advice from no woman. Ain't no woman leading me no motherfucking where, ever. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't mistake my kindness for a weakness because I listen to people and I entertain things. I know a lot of social media content creators and a lot of modern women think that it's their job to instruct and guide a man, and that's not the case. You're a woman, is what you are. You know, I am who I am. You're a woman. You're a woman. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to advise you, please don't come over here with all that spiritual babbling stuff, trying to teach me a lesson. Last I checked, I'm a grown ass man. Served 2 years in Iraq. Had to deal with a narcissist. Start all over from being homeless and scratch. Didn't ask nobody for nothing. I don't need nobody telling me what to do or a woman trying to instruct me on how to move or how to think or any of that stuff. I don't move like that. I don't even let dudes tell me what to do. I was talking to my dad today, and you know he had to watch. Like, okay, yeah, he had to remember I don't listen to nobody. He had to listen like, oh yeah, it's my kid. I don't, I don't. My dad got to watch what he say. Well, maybe I will, maybe I won't. You know what I'm saying? You'll continue to be watching from the sidelines, you know, making up your opinions about whatever you think that I need to do. See, this is something that needs to be spoken about, and one thing I can't stand about the modern woman. I don't like people that think that they know the best route for a person to take. I don't like people that project on the people what they think would be the best way for somebody to move when especially when God is moving somebody a certain way. So now you think you know what's better for that person to do than God. If I've been letting God lead me the entire time, why do I need for someone to come over here now after I'm building my own little niche in whatever I do to start trying to drop enlightenment on me when I've never asked for it, didn't call for you? You came to me. So whatever you're talking about is obviously a projection. It's disrespectful and it's very low IQ as well. Okay? Because there's no need to project on the teacher. I'm teaching you, fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching a lot of y'all, especially you females. What y'all don't understand is I keep telling y'all, Like, I know which females are watching me that are content creators. I study y'all so that way you can't catch me off guard with any of your babbling. I study y'all. I listen to y'all take words out of my mouth and then turn around and regurgitate it and just say woman this and woman that. I watch how disrespectful y'all get, especially when you disrespect men. Some of them take the words out of my mouth and then bash men in the same breath. But you in particular, when I said something about Kendra G and you took offense to it, why would you take offense to a stranger? Why are you that obsessed with that woman unless you are her or an obsessed fan? But when I said that she was, taking little notes from Kevin Samuels, you immediately said she's nothing like him. No, she is. It's been proven and it's been clipped up and posted online. So why are you getting offended by it? See, that's the stuff that I look at. See, people tell on themselves because they let their emotion get in the way, especially women. And all I got to do is stay calm and say the right things to trigger you, and you let me know exactly who you are, what your intentions are, and that you're just here to waste my time. Which it's not a waste of time. I wanted to get on here and just talk to people. You know, I'm not offended. Then why are you defending yourself? Grown ass person wouldn't keep talking and defending themselves. You are who you are. I'm misled by clips. You're still defending that woman. You're still defending that woman. That is your perspective. And if my perspective is something different, why does it matter to you? And why are you trying to change my opinion? This is how I know you're a woman. You're over here projecting and trying to change my opinion, trying to go against the Don. You really trying to go and play with words against the Don over here? When I just told you I'm just on here to shoot the shit with my subscribers, I'm not even on here for a real reason. I got plenty of time to cook you up. I'm gonna need for you to think and type a little bit faster though, right? Because didn't you tell me that one day I'm going to awaken? Well, teach me what awakening is. Show me what an awakened person does and how fast they can type and how fast they can think. Because so far, I'm not impressed. Like I said, y'all come over here and troll me for a reason, right? And sometimes I don't have no problem with making time. It could be any of you goofies. It could be any of you female content creators. It could be a random stranger. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? I'm just making sure I get on here and have a good time with my subscribers. And I'm making an awakened man wants the love of God manifest. And it's the fuck are you talking about? Are you really over here giving me spiritual chick mumbo jumbo babble fool? Now you're gonna tell me what a man wants and what a man should do and how a man love manifests through his wife? Stop it, dude. Listen, I don't want to block you, okay? But you're starting to talk like those spiritual chicks talk on the internet, and it's giving me a headache because it's just circle talking babble. Every time they speak, it makes no sense. They're just trying to find a way to make it seem like women know everything and they make no points. And most of you are single mothers. So I'm trying to figure out what it is here that I'm supposed to be learning. How you would know what an awakened man is, and you're not even a man. You're just babbling to try to. What are you trying to do? Call yourself getting under my skin so you can run back to a channel and say, "Don't let them get under your skin," or are you this Kendra G person that you brought up that you got offended over, right? Who and what are you, JD? D? You know what I'm saying? I am divine in nature. You're about to be blocked. Anyone else actually want to speak tonight? Because JD is keeping me, you know what I'm saying, occupied and keeping me on here. But I'd rather talk to somebody else. Much rather. Because this person is talking in circles. I don't have time for you, person. You know what? I don't know who Kendra G is, but I'll just say this. It looks like Kendra G sucks. Amazing how some people talk in circles. Never. Yeah, they ain't trying. This person ain't trying to give me a straight answer. They're playing around. Getting this paper, homie. Absolutely, man. I mean, I'm over here doing this, hating on me. Hey, what's going on, Rach? What's going on? But listen, JDD, hey, Kendra G sucks. Her show sucks, and she's I. Now, what do you got to say about that? You know what I mean? Good night. Just watch the episode. All right. I'm gonna post up a video, man, with me. It's gonna be a video, probably not a live stream, and I want you to make sure you leave a comment, about what I said. I'm great at studying. I'm like, hey, I appreciate y'all. So I asked y'all to start talking, and y'all started talking to cover up this fool in here. I appreciate the tribe salute. What's going on? We got known unknown on the clock for the 101 hours straight. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Getting that paper. What else we got going? Who else we got? Rach in here. We got known unknown. Inside looking out. Absolutely up in here with the new Soul Tribe member. Now you ran away. Hey, listen, the person ran away when y'all started showing up. Like, oh my God, I'm getting up out of here. Appreciate your rage. I appreciate that. You should go ahead and pop a picture up over there so I can return the compliment. But I tell you what, you got a beautiful soul. And I love your energy. Every time you come through here, you know what I'm saying? Love your energy. I appreciate you. JD, I'm sorry you had to go, but I am going to look into Kendra G. I will actually watch an episode because some of the people that she have on there is kind of crazy. But we're not going to act like she's not known for that. Taking a few pointers from the legendary Kevin Samuels. We're not going to act like she's not known for that. So come on. I keep my ear to the streets to know a little bit. Awesome, brother. Hey, you okay? We'll have to talk about it one day. Watch the episode. I recommend it. All right, listen. What's the name of it again? Type it in the chat so I can screenshot it. You know what I'm saying? Type in the chat, and I'll go check her out. What is she wearing in this episode? I don't think she really wears anything like revealing. Really, she'd be like covered up. I think. I don't know. We'll see. Look, I'll walk you through it. I'll do a tutorial, and walk you through, what I'm saying, how to for that picture up on your profile. You know what I'm saying, on your phone. It's kind of, it ain't that difficult, but I get it. Listen, this afternoon, I had to call my lawyer, and I needed some information from my lawyer because it's at my dad's house, and I was trying to tell my dad how to take a picture of the paperwork from my lawyer and then send it to me. He took the picture. I finally got him to. An hour later, we never got him to send it to my number. I couldn't. He wouldn't. I was like, Dad, there's a bubble right in the text message thing that you can add. And he couldn't find it. He's like, and then he was getting mad at me. I'm like, Pop, you know what? I'm just gonna call the lawyer up, and then he's gonna have to give me the information. You know what I'm saying? We'll just go that way with it. Who got going on here? Gonna be crazy election this year. Don't know if you saw it. Yeah, no, I didn't see the State of the Union, but my dad was talking, and I was just like, Pop, I'm about to be over in Thailand. I don't have to worry about the politics anymore, right? The title of his bracing himself. Okay. Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna screenshot this. Let me see. There we go. All right, yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. Make a video to it, more than likely too. Blue hair. You know what I mean? Make 200K to date her. Okay. She has some blue hair. Why Thailand? I can love you. I gotta see a picture of you, Rach. You know? Yeah, I'm saying? Or you can hop on TikTok. You ain't got a picture up on your TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And it's I know you're joking. I'm just joking too. But you know how the economy over there is a lot cheaper and your money goes longer. And not saying that we don't have traditional women here, that are great. I'm just saying like there's a lot more of them over there. You gotta look for a needle in a haystack. Oh, you don't do TikTok? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? I guess I just won't never know what you look like. You know what I mean? But definitely be stopping through here. You know what I mean? Definitely, even if you don't want to put a picture of yourself up. Really. You're old school. Okay. Let me scroll up here. It has 56K views. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, definitely look at it. Check it out. But listen, I'm a very, as much as y'all think I'm going overseas, listen, I'm a simple guy. Yeah, I'm a country boy. Yeah, I had to, skedaddle from my crazy ex-wife because she literally stole my identity and my child's, took the money, ran to other states, got ran through, called my dad 3 days after being gone saying she ain't coming back, then turned around and came back. She was just crazy. I just had to leave. I'm not a crazy, listen, I'm a very simple dude. I just don't do cheating. Like, there's other deal breakers as well when you're dating me, but I just don't do cheating, you know? I had accidents on social media. Oh, okay. Well, that's good advice. You know, I can't do cheating. I can't do cheating. I don't like a woman with wandering eyes. I don't like a woman that needs a whole lot of social media attention. I don't. I'm just a simple dude. There's other guys out there that love women that want attention online. I'm just not one of them. You know what I'm saying? Experience witchcraft. Ugh. Look, I'm telling you right now, man. These people that are weird. I got a bunch of weirdos out there that are, practicing witchcraft and they be trying stuff and all that destiny swapping. I be seeing goofies out there like trying to dress like me, talk just like me, but not on some being inspired by me or thinking that's gonna make them viral. Just on some like you talking about trying to swap destiny type shit, like some weirdo stuff. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. I just look at them and laugh. I mean, a fan's gonna be a fan. You know what I mean? What can you do? Rituals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like your ex, trying to be more specific about it. Yeah, I mean, they can. You got soul ties with them. You've been with them, but like, you know, haters that don't really know you. But yeah, like exes will try to do stuff, man. I just don't give them no energy. I don't believe in none of it. Plus I armor up with God like every AM. Like as soon as I get up, I'm armoring up for like almost an hour. I don't play around. I get started early before my haters even get up, get my armor on, and then I go about talking shit all day online, doing what I do, not worried about it. Yeah, man. I mean, sweetheart. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Listen, y'all. Earlier in the video, I talked more about the kind of woman that Sigmas look for. Very simple, very simple, not hard. You can't have a stankin' cooch. No BBLs. Body got to be built from hard work in the gym. You can't be the kind of woman that thinks it's your job to question men or like that, JD person who's probably still in here, think it's their job to educate or enlighten men. Real men don't need you for that. The boys and not say boys, the males that you mess with, right? They need you for guidance. They're raised by a single mother. So they kind of look to you as that mother figure. But like a grown man like me, I was raised by my mother and my father. I don't need a mother. I don't need you to be my mammy. So when women come over here, what you're doing When you try to give me advice on what I should do, you're projecting onto me what you believe to be the best course of action for me to move. But you don't have any proof of that being the best course. You don't know that that's going to be the best course of action. You're making an assumption based off of human behavioral patterns and what you noticed and what you believe. That don't mean that that's, you know what I'm saying, the way it needs to be done. Period. Absolutely. You know, if a woman doesn't like what a man is saying and the program he's putting out, then she goes and needs to find a man that she does like and that she can get on his program, right? It's not your job to make me submit or to wordplay and try to talk me into whatever it is that you're. Do you not understand that I'm a seer? I don't care what you babbling about. I'm gonna see straight through what you saying. So when I have a woman on my page, when I don't ask for anybody to give me advice, trying to tell me how a man is and how a man should move and what enlightenment is, I see through what everything that you said and see a person giving me unsolicited advice. Why would you do that? What insecurity did I trigger to make you do that? And what in your raggedy ass mind will make you think that I needed it, wanted it, or would ask for it? See, that's the stuff that I do whenever somebody starts giving me unsolicited advice. Because if you watch my content, I'm a lone wolf. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like being told how I need to get things done. And I don't like being told from somebody I don't know, like what they perceive that I should do to make me into a better person or a wiser. What would you know? You don't know me. And I don't post stuff enough about me for you to be making an educated, fair assessment. So what I hear and see is an ignorant person trying to project. And I start thinking, why are you trying to project? Maybe I'm doing something right and you want to throw me off course. Whatever it is, it wasn't asked for, right? So whoever told you to come over here and start rambling and babbling or whatever, they told you wrong. I don't listen to people. I don't get on the internet to listen to people. I go talk to God. I don't need guidance from fools. Give a fuck who you are. None of these people, listen, I don't see none of these content creators happy. They might have followings, but I don't see them happy. They're copying smaller content creators. They're mimicking smaller people. How does that make them happy? Right? I am happy every day with nothing. They're learning from me. So why would I go watch them? The teacher doesn't watch the student to learn lessons. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I don't care if you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Whatever I say, it's not going to stop those females that come over here to learn lessons and regurgitate whatever I say. No matter what I say, it's not going to stop the dudes that come over here and see what freshness I'm putting out so they can mimic it, right? It don't matter what I say. I am a doggone leader. I'm a shaman. People are going to come to me. I have that kind of energy. They're going to come to me. There's a lot of people online that don't like me. Well, David, how do you know that? None of them want to give me any credit. None of them give me any credit for anything. That's fair enough. When I was talking to my dad, we were just on the phone big upping each other the whole time. He'd be like, yeah, man, you really doing a good job and you showing women what a real man is. And I'd be like, yeah, Pop, but you taught me that. He'd be like, yeah, I did. I did. But you doing it was the whole time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how energy's supposed to be, man. Like, my dad don't even be over here trying to tell me what I need to be doing, how I need to do it. You know what I mean? What's going on? What's going on? Is that you, Rachel? I can't really. I'm gonna have to click on that. I'm gonna have to click on that. What's going on, sweetheart? You wouldn't put a picture up. Did you figure it out? Did you figure it out? I told you it was not that hard. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm glad you did it, sweetheart. Looking good. The little bit I can see on that picture. You know what I mean? Look, I'm glad you did. And this seems more personable. When you got the picture up there, it's like, I'm talking to a person. I'm not just seeing the R, the purple R. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you going through that effort. That's great energy to change that up. You figured it out. You went through and just started, you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of, we like those kind of women too that figure things out. do needs to be done, right? We appreciate it. We really overall want a woman that's going to add to our peace and not take away from it by critiquing us all the time. That's a good point. Absolutely. Absolutely. Always. Always. You know, and whenever you like I was talking to my dad, and like he was talking about, he noticed people copying one of his favorite content creators. It happens, but to me it's just weird that, like, a lot of these women put out a lot of misandry and they can't stand guys, but one of the guys that they're getting their inspiration from, I mean, one of the people they're getting inspiration from is a guy. It's just crazy. I'm uncles and cousins in the military too. Oh, really? They're jealous of you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's where a lot of this stuff, stems from, just jealousy. They can see the light on you. Like I can see the light on my dad, right? Like, so when people say, "Oh, there's something about you," I can see it on my dad and I can see it on my son. I can't see it on myself. I know that I'm special, right? But I can't see it on myself like others can see it. Like my dad can't see it on him until I start pointing stuff out. Like I'll be telling my dad about, like, because he's hanging around my sisters and women complain a lot. You know what I'm saying? So they're complaining a lot about our childhood. So when I get to talk to him, I can tell him about the great things about our childhood. And he needs to hear that stuff, because my sisters, like, women don't really realize that complaining a lot without giving men that, the like, what he does right just makes him feel a certain kind of way. Whereas, like, when I talk to my dad, I don't even think about anything that he really did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think about how disciplined he was, how he made sure that we were disciplined, how, he taught me everything, had me outside with him when he changed oil and tires, and how we used to, like, eat ice cream and stuff and watch Walker Texas Ranger with him. Like, that's the memories that I have as a child. But so you can see the difference between, how a boy remembers his childhood and how a girl remembers their childhood, right? Like, blaming stuff on my pops who's 69 years old, whereas I would never do nothing because a lot of people don't even have a dad in their house. So ain't nobody perfect, right? And I've told my dad a few things. I feel like, the only time I felt any type of way about anybody was when, me and my ex broke up and I was homeless. And I felt like everybody was kind of, inconsiderate, right? But that's the only time I felt any type of way. When I was a kid, hell no, my dad was a good dad. Let's grab one on here. Oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Went through the settings. Oh, you Dominican, half Cuban. Okay. Too many witches online. That's absolutely. Glass of wine. Yeah, a glass of wine and chill. When I get to Thailand, it's gonna be, a glass of wine and a blunt. You know what I mean? Oh, you're very welcome, sweetheart. You're very welcome. I appreciate your energy. You know what I mean? So I want to go overseas because I want to experience some different kinds of life, and I want to experience women that really value a good man. You know, I do. I do. I'm tired of all this stuff. Like in America, you have to be like a good dude at heart, but then you got to have like a like bad boy swag, but then you got to be emotionally intelligent, and you got to have your money. Like you got to be making almost 200K. You got to have popping socials. Your fit's got to be right. You got to always have your hair lined up and your beard lined up. It's just never it's never enough. I mean, you have to be Superman and Clark Kent. I mean, you have to be it all. It's just never enough. What's going on? Incorrectly, or I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Colors really brings out. Yeah, it's not. I don't talk. Anytime somebody brings up my fashion, as good as my fashion sense is, just a person that's jealous. That's jealous of the way that I dress. I ain't even. Ain't nobody. My fam. Listen, take that somewhere else, man. Can't be hating on somebody to be starting trends. So don't worry about me. Whatever I'm doing, if I'm doing it wrong, what are you worried about it for, right? What do we need you to? Oh, you still talking? Bro, trying to be cute. But what are you doing over here, bro? I appreciate it. Well, as long as you ain't talking crazy, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. If you talking, you know what I mean, right? If you're not, I'm not gonna be arguing with you on here, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking correctly, I appreciate that. If you're talking crazy, man, I ain't gonna argue with you. I ain't gonna argue with you, bro. Get some fresh air in here. Just chilling, running up the live to an hour. I want everybody to come through and check in and just say whatever you guys want to say. Sure. Wearing a do rag. Yeah, I'm wearing a do rag for sure. You know, yeah, I'm gonna run it up to about an hour and I'm gonna get off of here. Yeah, I gotta get on here. So I'm trying to get used because sometimes, man, I'll look on live streams and I'll see people going live for 3 hours. I'm like, what are you doing for 3 hours? What are you talking about for 3 hours? But I mean, and then I see some guys on TikTok that'll be on there for 8 or 9 hours. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're about to close it out here. We're getting close to an hour, but look, in the comment section, gentlemen, if you agree on the type of woman that I was talking about, you know what I'm saying? If that's your type, kind of chill, laid back, not about too much, not trying to be on social media too much, not trying to be seen too much. You know, Obviously everyone wants to go out, but don't need it, don't need the attention from everybody. Um, with traditional values. You know what I'm saying? Just like good old fashioned traditional values. I'm willing to go overseas to go look for it. Now, some guys, y'all are talking junk about them. They're going overseas and they're just buying coochie, right? But I'm not gonna do that. But if you look at what's going on in the states, there's some dudes talking about women want you to put a deposit down. So if that's not even buying coochie. You know what I mean? That's like putting money down in hopes they getting it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Oh, your fashion side actually. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I just dress like me. I just mix stuff up. I don't really like dressing like everybody else. Um, I plan on being, somebody, so I don't want to be dressing like everybody else. Plus, I plan on coming up with my own type of, what I mean, clothing line. So, it's got to be unique, got to be different. I think this weekend is when we roll the clocks for it. Yeah. So are these like pookies? Like when you say they hide their money, like you mean like they don't have money, or they have money and act like they don't? You know what I'm saying? And then get you to pay for everything. You know what I mean? All right, yes. It's been an hour. Look, y'all, I'm gonna be back on here tomorrow. It was a long day, y'all. Man, I just for one, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was up super late. I don't even remember what it was for. I think I was working out or something. Can't remember what it's for. But anyway, ended up missing the bus again. Had to take my kid to school. So if he's gonna be late, I just let him be really late. So he was super late to school. And then after that, my dad called and I was on the phone for almost 7 hours. And then we're here. So I didn't get anything done. Nothing done today. Nothing. It's a chill day or whatever, but nothing got done. But tomorrow I'm gonna get up bright and early, back to business as usual. Only difference is my kids out of school for whatever crazy reason. Man, they just let these kids be out of school, man. They just do it to be doing it. I don't want to hear about teachers. When these teachers get so many days off, it's crazy. You gotta smash that like button. Okay, light skinned women for free. I can't think of Africa or Haiti. I don't think that all men want light skinned women. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I think that everybody has their preference, right? And I think that men should be able to have their preference if they like light skinned women, if they like dark skinned women, if they like Spanish women. Just like women have their preference, most of which is being you want a tall dude. Like most women will be like, "Oh, I want a tall guy." Okay, well, that's cool. That's your preference. But see, what I see some women do is they use that colorist thing, they weaponize it, and because a guy don't want them, they just make it seem like it's something wrong with that guy because he don't want them. He just might not want you, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like what I do is there's a lot of women that don't want me. I don't project onto them. They might just they got the reasons for not wanting me. I don't care. There's plenty of women that do. So I just don't focus on the ones that don't want me, because I just feel like focusing on the stuff that's kind of negative, to me it's kind of like victim mentality a little bit. So I just focus on the stuff that do work for me. That's how I'm always focusing on what works for me. What I'm saying? The positive things that go on in my life. I don't think about, like, because, like, okay, for example, when my ex did what she did and cheated, tried to lie and said she didn't, came back and then squatted on a place that I paid for with all my money because she ran away. So I didn't have the money to pay for all that rent like that. We used to split the rent, but I paid for it all myself, which gave me a little bit of money left over. She came back and squatted on the place for almost 3 weeks, right? Forced me to be homeless, and then left and went back upstate. So I said all that to say this: somebody could look at that and be like, "Oh man, what am I going to do?" I looked at it as an opportunity to see what I'm made of. I mean, you know what? Let's just see what I'm made of. Let me see how I can do this, and just go for it. What's going on here? Again, stable, but they're financially stable. Then these dudes want chicks pay 50. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dudes out there with a lot of. You got to watch out for the kind of guy you're looking for. And the kind of guy you're picking. Like the kind of person I am, I don't. Women don't really pay for anything. Um, because I was really looking at the Philippines because of my cousin who has a girlfriend over there. But I'm just gonna be real. Like, I was mainly looking at the Philippines, but you can't smoke there, and I want to be able to smoke. So that's the reason for Thailand. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be straight up. I want to be able to legally smoke. I don't want to be doing any illegal shit. Not no. Yeah, I ain't from that country. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go over there and have a good time. I deserve it. I joined the army at 16 in a delayed entry program. Once I graduated high school at 17, I went right to basic training, turned 18 in basic training. After basic training, went to my unit. The unit had already sent all their equipment overseas. I was there 2 months and I was in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Came back from that, thought I was done, and then they reflagged our unit from a tanker unit to a cavalry scout unit. So we could they counted it as a PCS move, so you couldn't leave. That's the tricky stuff that they do. And back in Iraq again, turning 21 in Iraq, turned 18 in Iraq, turned 21 in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Did that shit, came back, uh, applied for a White House job, worked that job. I've done a lot. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot. You know what I mean? I've done a lot. And, life is short. You got to do your best, you know what I'm saying, and live it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was going somewhere with that, but I just kind of like lost my train of thought because I thought about the ex I had that cheated on me in Iraq when I was in Iraq, and dealing with that. And that's the reason why I could deal with this person cheating on me, because that's the one that really hurt me. So once I deal with that crap, you know what I mean? Like, dealing with this last cheater was just like, yeah, whatever, man. Go about your business. Cheat your ass off. Have a good life. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what these females are out here doing. I really don't, and I really don't even be caring. Right? I'm gonna find a woman that I can get along with. that adds to my peace and doesn't think it's her job to do anything other than that but add to my peace. Whatever she does in her personal life, she has a job or a business, I'm not going to discriminate. But if she doesn't add to my peace, if her personality is off, I just don't deal with them. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with any slights, any shade, condescending attitude. I'm not going to deal with smirky attitude. I'm not going to deal with you looking at me weird, cockeyed. I'm not dealing with any of it. I'm not dealing with any of it. Period. I will leave a chick so quick, man. I will ghost you. I don't owe you shit. I ain't gonna give you an explanation. Man, there's been so many women I've gotten their numbers. I don't even be like getting numbers like that anymore. Cause they start talking crazy. I just disappear. I don't even give them a reason. I just stop texting them and I never go back. I'm just I don't people please. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that stuff. You talk crazy to me, you a whole grown woman, you gotta go. I don't want to hear all that craziness they be talking about. I want to know simple stuff. Like what you like to do for fun. What's your favorite color? You know, when was your last relationship? How long was it? You know what I mean? Like stuff like what do you do for fun, stuff like that. When women start giving me their resume, I worked here, I worked here, I got this degree, I go to the gym on this regimen. I'm like, man, you're gonna be a whole headache. I can tell. I can tell. So I'll just be like, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Filipino spaghetti. Look, you know, uh, being a spiritual guy, I'll watch her cook the spaghetti. How about that? Yeah, I'll try the spaghetti out if I watch her cook it. Like some of these spiritual chicks be doing some weird stuff with the spaghetti. You can't eat everybody's spaghetti. You can't eat at everybody's house. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Man, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. Be having too much time. Look, I be having women. Look, I can tell who's watching me. I be having women watching me and they're driving themselves crazy over me, and I don't even really know they exist. They just don't want to have to approach. So I couldn't imagine living in that world where I'm watching somebody, and society is supposed to be set up to where that person supposed to approach me, but I can't live in that kind of world, man. That's why I just stick to myself. I don't be worried about dating nobody. If a woman approaches me, of course I'm super polite. You know what I mean? I talk to them right, all that good stuff. But I'm not approaching women. It's not safe for them. It's not safe for me. I don't know if they're gonna like me or not. Just because a lot of women think I'm attractive, don't mean all women think I'm attractive. A lot of women like their space. So violating their space, so that I'm just not gonna do that kind of stuff. So what's the problem with you approaching me and then go? Because the problem is most women's ego don't want them to get rejected, so they want you to approach them in 2024 when they've let us know year after year after year they want to be left alone. You'll hear women online talking about, I seen this hot guy and I should have approached them. They be online on their social media, having this whole thing drawn out in their mind about what it could have been. And, we could have had kids together and it looked like this and that, a boy and a girl. That's what women do. And then never even approach his ass. Do all this in their head and never even approach him. So I'm just like, I know they be watching me doing the same stuff. I have women that watch me, they have YouTube channels and stuff, that be put me in this proxy relationship with them and be getting mad at me and making content. They be like, why don't you listen to people? We all want what's best for you. Weirdo, I'm telling you, man, like I can just see stuff. And I'll be seeing all this stuff. I'll be seeing how people move. I see everything that goes on the internet. Everybody be copying each other. I just be seeing this stuff, man. I just be like, man, the internet is the wild, wild west. You know what I'm saying? It's the wild, wild west out here, man. Who cares about those? I'm telling you, man. I just be noticing stuff. It's just stuff that I notice. I don't really care about nothing, but I'm not gonna act like I don't observe or notice things. That kind of observation keeps me ahead of the game, man. I'm like, can't nobody slide one past me. I see how the internet works and how everybody kind of steals from everybody, and the name of the game is to steal it without no one knowing who you took it from, and make it seem like you're the first one to come up with it. I be noticing all this stuff, dude, and it's just corny. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't get on here and be talking about ascensions and stuff like that, how to ascend, because people just don't know. They don't know what I'm really saying. They think they just need to copy me. I'm trying to teach you how to get close to God, goofballs. You don't need to be copying me verbatim. You need to be using what I'm saying to ascend your own way, find your own path. That's the only way you can get close to God. You're not going to be able to mimic me and think you can steal somebody's destiny. Y'all got to stop that goofy shit. I be seeing corny ones doing it all the time, trying to steal my destiny. And I'm just like, you're my sons and daughters, mainly daughters, because it's mainly females doing it. But you're my daughters. You just look up to daddy. You know, I ain't worried about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that witchcraft shit, so you can't do nothing to me. And you're just an obsessive fan. But what I do is when I see that you're observing me, I observe you, and I take what I can from you. Anything that can work in my favor, anything that you ever let slip out of your mouth that's positive about me, I'll take notes from that. But all the rest of the babbling you do, listen, you women don't even see 80% of men. So if I'm part of the 15 to 10% that you see, I must be doing something right. Okay. We text each other back. Chase them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But look, y'all, I done ran it up. It's late. I'm gonna get on TikTok and work out. I have not worked out all day. I feel lazy, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel lazy, but we all need to take them days off. I slept so good, man. I slept so good. Like once I rose and I seen the bus that drove by, like again, that's the worst time to wake up when you're watching the bus drive by. You're like, no, like you're reaching for it. And you're in your house, you can't do shit. So once that happens, I'm like, I'm going back to bed. I'm going back to bed. Me and my son both slept in. We slept good. Good. You know what I'm saying? And then I got up, got him something to eat, and then took him to school just in time for him to go to lunch and get something else to eat. Man, life is good. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes the body just be like rest. But I was up late last night. Man, I'm really on this Shopify thing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on this Printify thing. Well, it's not Printify. It's something like Printify. And I'm just getting this drop shipping thing down, and I like. That's why I'm like pushing it back a little bit for when I released it. Because when I drop these clothes, y'all gonna be like, this shit's dope. Y'all gonna be like, this shit is dope. Even my haters are gonna be like, man, I gotta buy a couple items. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because hey, I'll be putting stuff together, man. And I don't go like the stuff I'm trying to put out, like I'm not going cheap. Like I'll make sure I get really good quality products. You know what I'm saying? And I want my hats and stuff to be unique. Let me not say too much. I got haters, man, that copy everything I say. So let me just slow down. But I got some stuff coming out. It don't even matter what they think they can do. Can't none of them do it like me. Can't none of them. They don't like. I was talking to my dad today, and like I was bringing up stuff to him that he didn't know. Like it was like, you notice how we can pick up on stuff, like we can learn something real quick. Like all we gotta do is see it a couple times, and like we learn it. And my dad, he don't really talk much because he knows a lot of people aren't gifted like him, so he don't really brag about it or talk. But when he hears me talking about it, and he knows that I can relate, and he starts opening up and starts telling me stuff he never told me before. Because he knows he's anointed too. And yeah, he's always been that way. He's always tried to tell me too, but like when I was younger, I wasn't in the Bible like I should have been. And he'd be like, you really blessed by God, because like surviving Iraq 2 times and everything, I keep making it through, not having any scratches on me. Like God gets me up out of there before anything goes really, really, really bad. Um, gets me away from a crazy ex-wife before I get her pregnant. Just always get me up out of situations and stuff, right? He's always told me that. But then like I was talking to him, and then my dad was telling me stuff about like when he was younger and how he can just learn stuff without really needing to like pick up a book and learn it out of a book. Like we just, it's just hard to explain. Just know, you know what I'm saying? Just know. And I've tried to explain it to people, but a lot of stuff I can't really explain because ain't no way to explain it. Like a lot of people can't teach themselves engineering. I taught myself engineering without a degree, and then I worked at the highest levels. I was working for the government with a top secret Yankee white clearance. So like I taught myself engineering and then worked for the government doing it. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do that. But see, once I learned that, once I'm like, yo, I can learn anything. Like when you learn that you can learn anything, why wouldn't you try everything? I try everything because I can learn anything. I can do anything as long as I'm able to focus. Even when I'm not focused. See, I was manifesting things when I was with my ex, and she was causing fires every day to knock off my concentration. So now I don't have no one knocking off my concentration. I mean, there's YouTubers and stuff that think they can, but I don't take the internet the internet serious. Like I just don't take it. I don't take it serious. So you can't really knock off my concentration. You're just some internet troll. You're just some goofy goofball that don't really, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know the people you're messing with, how mentally strong they are. I did 2 years in Iraq. One of those years, I was engaged, and my fiance told me about having a threesome and went into detail about what she did in a threesome. Hence the reason why I didn't want to know what my ex was doing. I just left her crazy ass, my ex-wife, that is, right? Like I learned from that shit. Don't want to know. I paid for software engineer, cybersecurity. Yep. Yep, cybersecurity is the way to go. That's my actual job title. I'm a tier 3 cybersecurity engineer. So I could go back. You already know. You know, that's why I tell people I go back and make over 200K. I just don't want to work for anybody. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to my dad about that too. My dad, he became an entrepreneur when we were kids, and he put in our head, you got to work for yourself. He's like, I don't care who you work for, you're never going to be satisfied working for somebody else. My bad, for somebody else. And my brother, like he works, he's like he has his job, he has a pretty good job, and he works for somebody, and my dad is pissed. He's like, I don't know why that boy I don't know why that boy is so comfortable working for somebody. He's so mad about that. I'm like, well, some people, they don't mind having a job as long as the job pays the bills and they can go on vacations with their kids. And but I got the soul like my dad. Like I gotta get out. I gotta get out of the house, man. Like I have had really good jobs, man. I could go back and work, for the government or whatever in IT and make over two. I feel like I'm in prison when I'm working somewhere and it's just walls and I got to badge in and they got to wand me down for stuff, and I'm just over that stuff, man. There ain't enough money in the world to to substitute or subsidize um my talent. Like the last government job I worked, when I got there, like I told y'all before, everybody bought a Ford, and they started having me train people. And I'm like, I don't get paid anything extra. They're having me train. We got all these other dudes in here. And I just started putting things together like, nah, I'm good at this shit. Like, I'm wasting my talent. You just, when you're anointed, man, you just see things from a bird's eye view. You're just like, this is a waste of my time. Just like when I first started off YouTube and I was in fitness. And I was like, this ain't big enough. Like, this, I'm bigger than this. Like, fitness ain't, I'm more than just fitness. This ain't enough. And then I went into the narcissistic awareness stuff, and I'm like, I learned about that, got rid of my ex, but this ain't enough. I can put this out on a broader spectrum. I can do more than this. And I just keep, learning more stuff and just adding it to my repertoire and just building and building and building. Because I don't never get full on knowledge. I always want to learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm always like trying to read and learn some shit. So it's just I don't know, man. I don't know. Like everything I've learned in my life, I use it. All the engineering stuff I learned in the army, I used it to because I was an engineer in the army. my job in the Army was engineering, IT engineering, right? So what I did was I was in the Army and I'm like, yo, I can get my equivalent to this is engineering in the civilian sector, which is hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And I got up out of there and I started making money as a civilian. When every other Army guy that knew me was like, why would you do, this many years in the Army? Like, total by the time I got out was like 9. Like, why would you like 9 years in the Army and get out? I'm like, two things. Every guy I see that retires from the Army can barely walk. You know what I'm saying? And what we're doing in the Army, you make a ton of money as a civilian. Why are you staying? I just don't need to be told nothing. I don't need to be told shit. I can see things. And I just got out. You know what I'm saying? And started making crazy. That's why I was making out over 100K at 25. You know what I'm saying? I got out the Army at like 23 or 20, 24 or something like that. And I was making 100K in a year. You know what I'm saying? Making 100K in a year. How did I start off doing it? Well, the first job I got, I wasn't making 100K. I was making 90. But then they they were offering people third shift. Well, why did I take the third shift job? You get shift diff. So guess what? That put me over 100K. Guess what happened after that? Every job I applied for, I can put down, I made well over 100K. So I mean, I just know how to move. I know how to navigate. I know how to make things happen. I know how to make money. I know how to make money. So that's it. Look, I just pray about stuff. When I was younger, I used to pray, and I wanted to be famous, and I never want to have a problem making money. I have never had a problem making money. Even when I was homeless, I was still making money. I've never had a problem making money. Never had a problem. I've never been worried about making money. Like when I was talking to my dad, he was like, I ain't never seen nobody like you just don't care. You just do stuff. He's like, you just do stuff. Like you, because to everybody else outside of me, it seemed like I'm doing random shit. But God has actually showed me signs, and I've verified these signs, and I've gone over my mind multiple times with it, and I'm just like, nah, and I just start trusting my intuition and going with it. Like my intuition is what got me through Iraq 2 times. You know what I mean? Like I went to Iraq twice, man. I worked for the White House. I've done a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of stuff, you know, and a lot of it's a blessing from God. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was younger, I knew that I had some kind of favor on me. I just knew. And part of the reason why I joined the Army was just to test it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is right around 9/11. You know, it was right around 9/11. And I just knew I had favor. Like I just knew stuff. I was teaching grown people stuff as a teenager. Like I was working at Subway and stuff, and I was just teaching grown people stuff. And I had grown women trying to get me to mess with them in the freezer in the back. Now we don't talk about that. How grown women will try to break in as 16-year-old dude. Dudes don't talk about stuff like that. But like I just had like, oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother. Honest creature. What's going on, sweetheart? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I just knew stuff. Just like when I told my family I was joining the Army and they thought I was gonna, get taken out. I'm like, no, I'm gonna this is what I told them. I'm gonna join the Army, I'm gonna learn what I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna work for the government for a little bit, and then I'm gonna work for myself and I'm gonna smoke weed. Like that's what I told my family I was gonna do as a teenager. Like that's what I said I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like as a teenager, gave them the list of the map of the next 20 years of my life, because that's what God told me to do. I knew, and they're like, "Oh, this war's going on, and you might get killed." And I was like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. You know, went over there. I used to sleep like a baby in Iraq. I used to sleep because I had no. When you're in Iraq, yeah, they're mortaring you, dropping bombs every night, but you ain't got no crazy exes. You ain't got no bills over there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to deal with no stress from no relationships, because there ain't no relationship for you to get into. Because if you are hooking up with the army chicks over there, they know what it is. It's recreational, nothing to get serious about. We're having a good time in Iraq, and then I don't know you when we get back. That's how it is over there. So, it's super chill. I had a really I had a really good time. I put on 20 pounds of muscle in Iraq the second time I went over there. I was a real skinny dude. That's where I get my whole workout thing from. When y'all watch me working out for like long periods of time on TikTok, that's what I did in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Did the same stuff in Iraq. me scroll back up and check some of these comments I've been missing out on. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate all the likes. It is most important, known unknown, to have a father. That's why I was telling my dad that even though my sisters are complaining about stuff, I tell him to let him know you were a great father, and they're not gonna never tell you, because that's what women do. They complain, but I'm gonna tell you, if we didn't have you in our lives, my mom had any other man, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Because I have people all the time asking me, "Who's your daddy? Like, who raised you?" A really good man, David Young Sr. You know what I'm saying? He raised me. And and he really takes that to heart now. It means a lot what I say to him now. I don't think it ever really meant too much on my dad what I said to my dad before, but like now, what I say to him, that's why I gotta be careful what I say. That's how I know I done earned his respect, because I gotta be careful what I say. He takes what I say to heart. He'll get pissed off real quick when I say something, and I don't even mean nothing by it. So I gotta watch what I say, because he's like, what I say means something to him. So I gotta be, because no one, even my dad to a certain degree, like nobody can, like, I don't really care what anybody says, even my dad to a certain degree, right? Like, it's like if you say something crazy, like, I don't care, like it ain't gonna mean nothing to me. So let me scroll up. I have a photo booth business. I'm currently working web designer. That's what I'm talking. Finishing up your website. Absolutely, absolutely. I gotta get back on my website. Fear kept me back. Low self-esteem when we get into the Navy, but well, you're doing great things even though you didn't join. So sometimes it's just not meant for people to go down that avenue. But as a man, I hope my son joins the Air Force, because as a man, it really builds you. I tell women this all the time. When men goes through stuff, like, okay, for example, my sister's going through stuff kind of hurt them in a way, right? And they over here bringing up stuff, now as adults, in their 40s. Me and my brother, when we bring up stuff, we only talk about how it made us into better men. It made us into better men. So I don't regret anything that's happened to me. Like, it's not happened to me, for me. Like, me and my ex breaking up, what I had to go through. There's not too many people that can be homeless, left out in the street, trying to, ex going crazy, trying to, and build themselves back up. And I could have done it in silence, like I was gonna do, like I always do. But I like, this time I want to show people, because I built myself up in the Army. I got out the Army, started all over, becoming a civilian engineer. I wanted to, because everybody's like, how did you do them? How did you? I wanted to show them this time what I'm doing. Like, this time I showed people what I did, and I still have people talking like, how did you? It's God. I'm showing you what I did, but there's only so much I can show you. God does most of it. I can't show you what God does. You can just sit back and watch how He's moving. I can't show you. I'm just to the point where God moves so much in my life. I don't act surprised about it. I just let Him do His thing and act like it's expected, because I believe in what I say. I've had a lot of supernatural things that if I were to say them to y'all, some of the stuff that I could tell y'all right now, I've done some things that God told me to do way back in like 2000, like 16 or 17, that I'm getting returns on now. It came back into my life now after my ex left. There's no explanation for it. There's none. You know what I'm saying? But God, it is what it is. That's why I always just tell y'all, man, you just, trust in God. God will get you there. And everybody, like, people don't want, like, people will try things. Like, they'll see me do stuff and they'll try things, and when things get rough, they'll run back to whatever it is they were doing before. That ain't, that's not, that's not believing it. That's not knowing in God. Let's stop saying believe and faith and words like that. That's not knowing in God. Like, when you know in God, and when you know of God, when you know God's got you, I don't have no fear. My dad even told me that when I was younger. He was like, because back in the day we used to get whoopings. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. He was talking about this stuff or whatever, and I was like, I really don't remember getting whoopings. Like, he was like, you don't remember? You're like, I'm not really. He was like, well, yeah, you never, you never was scared of it. You never. He's like, I was tough on you too, because I knew you could handle it. He was like, I was real tough on you because I knew you could handle it. I never, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody can break me. I don't. Every time I got punished by my dad, I was more bothered by the fact that I disappointed him than whatever he had to do to punish me. and I wanted to make sure I didn't do it again. Really, I was a really good kid. My son's a really good kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's God. We're just really favored by God. The whole family's favored by God. I see my son got all the gifts and stuff I have, so that means that I passed it on. I didn't know my dad had all the stuff I have until I start talking to him. Now that I'm grown, and we're talking, I'm like, yo, see, shit, I'm just like that. So it's just something that we passing down the line. I mean, it's just in the DNA. It's just in the DNA. Like, that's why I can learn anything I want. If I wanted to learn astrophysics, I could do it. I can learn anything. What y'all don't understand is that somebody had to write those books. Somebody had to write those books that people use to learn this shit. That knowledge had to come from somewhere. Some people can tap into where that knowledge comes from. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And they know about stuff like this. I just don't talk too much about it because I don't like to powers that be are all in my business. You know what I'm saying? They be all up in my business. Me and my dad were talking today, and our phones, the call dropped, and then I tried to call him back, and it wouldn't even ring. It just kept dropping, and he was trying to call me back, and it just kept dropping, and then I tried to call my friend, and then it said your cell phone carrier doesn't allow phone calls. I'm like, what? That's the only thing it's supposed to do. So I restarted the phone, turned it back on. My dad did the same thing, and we got on the phone with each other. And he's like, "Yeah, boy, you need to stop talking about all this ascension stuff because you got them people watching you. Because this is weird." I'm like, "That's what I was about to say to you. They gotta be watching me. I told you they watching me." He's like, "Yeah, that's weird. I ain't never." He told me the phone said the same thing on his end and mine. He's like, "I ain't never in my life had AT&T say that." Da, 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 da. And I was like, "Man, look, boys be watching me. We're both on that phone. Two anointed people talking all that anointed talk. Next thing you know it, the phone started messing up, man. Doing some shit like this. Call drop. I couldn't call nobody. I couldn't call. I had to restart the phone. Strange, man. My dad was like, "Hey, stop talking about that ascension stuff. You better be talking about men and women and dating and only that." Y'all wonder why I'm talking about men and women? This is why. You know what I'm saying? I put the rest of that stuff behind the paywall. They already ruined my main channel about. I'll talk about ascension stuff on my main channel, and that's what messed it up. They were flagging every video. This video is gonna get flagged, guarantee you, man. They don't want you telling people how to ascend and how to, get close to God and how not to let people stress you out and how nothing that anybody says to you should matter to you. They don't know you. They don't know you. What they do is they research you and they look for things that they believe to be a weakness to exploit it to you. So you get triggered and respond. You don't have to respond to nothing. They don't know you. They're trying to get under your skin. They're doing whatever it takes to try to get under your skin to be important to you in some type of capacity because you just got it like that. So that's how I think. So I don't, I move accordingly. You know what I mean? And I shoot, dude. Get on here and talk about dating. I'll put some of that ascension stuff behind a paywall, but I gotta get overseas to Thailand. I don't need to, but see, when you're anointed too, I'm telling you, they know they can't do nothing to you. I don't know if you know this or not, but when you're anointed, they can't do nothing to you. They know they can't put their hands on you. I've been to Iraq twice. I've had a narc thrown at me, a high level narc, couldn't take me out. You know what I'm saying? I've had so many different things. I've been, like I said, Iraq twice, worked for the White House, high level. Nothing could break me. Everything I've applied for, I've always gotten it. I'm just some country guy from the Carolinas who was able to ascend all the way to the highest levels of working for the White House. And not only that, working at Camp David, which is even more exclusive than working for the White House. People that work for the White House used to be jealous of people that worked at Camp David because you're up there at the luxury resort. So I worked at a luxury resort for the president. And now I'm about to move to a luxury resort for myself. Because I deserve it. Shit. Talking to my dad today. I deserve this. I deserve to retire, kick my shoes off, relax my feet, and have a Filipino woman rubbing my feet, getting those chakras just right, rubbing my back. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of me like the king that I am. you know? And if they don't want to act right there, then I'll go to Colombia. If they don't want to act right there, then I'll go to Germany. I'll just move around. I ain't got to settle for nothing, man. Digital nomad, a journeyman. You know what I mean? Absolutely. When you're anointed, they can't do nothing to you, y'all. I mean, I was homeless. I told y'all that, when I moved out here, they come up to this power line out here and they work on it more than one right outside my house, more than I've ever seen someone work on it. They can't do nothing but watch you when you're anointed. Because I done told y'all, they use the internet a lot of different ways. And one of the ways the powers that be use the internet is to find special people. It's the ultimate tool to find anointed special people. Everybody want to post up online what power or ability that they've ascended to, and they can use the internet to find your ass real quick, study your ass online a little bit, and then make a decision. They've been studying my black ass. I was in the military. Couldn't take me out. I was in combat arms units over there, chilling like a villain, lifting weights. I chose not to participate. They were sending me outside the gate. Everybody coming back. Oh, this convoy got blown up. This convoy got blown up. And I prayed for those people that got blown up, but I knew I was never going to get blown up. That's why I was eating good and working out every day. It's not going to happen. My journey was not meant to end there, and I knew it. It was just part of my journey. You know what I mean? I have to go through stuff so I can empathize with people. Sorry, get it out. So I can empathize with people. I need to be able to empathize with veterans that have lost their mind due to what they have done in war. Because some people are the most disrespectful Americans. They'll be talking about veterans like, oh, they got PTSD and their minds are messed up. You've never done shit for nobody outside yourself. And here you are judging people that made the ultimate sacrifice for you, right? Just like my ex. I am a 2-time combat veteran. Treated me like I was a fucking pookie. I worked for the White House. Treated me like I want nothing. Same people be like, yeah, I love my country. You ain't done shit for your country. And you spit in your country's face by disrespecting a veteran. You spit in your country's face. So I don't even want to hear that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear all this, I'm a patriot. You ain't shit. You ain't never done nothing for this country. You question everything that this country has going on. You'll never try to make any change in this country, but you got everything to say about everything. At least I tried to do something, whether it was wrong or not, whoever, was behind 9/11 or not, I tried to do something. What you won't call me is a coward. That's what you'll never do. My own dad said, yeah, you just ain't never been. Man, I used to look my dad in the eye before he got through get ready to whoop my ass. I look him in the eyes like, I don't care. My dad be like, you just wouldn't cry. I'm not going to cry. You ain't going to make me cry, man. I'm getting my ass up and go over my business, man. I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen, dude. Y'all, they just, everybody, listen, man. Life is life. Life is what you make of it. I am making the best out of everything. War didn't break me. I went there twice. You know what I'm saying? I gained 20 pounds of muscle. I was chilling in Iraq. I was getting coochie in Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Huh. You would have been like, man, I'm having a good time. You would have thought I was in Iraq the way I was getting coochie, I was over there. I had my uniforms all starched and ironed up. Had my smell the second time. The first time, it was a rough time. But that second time when I was a sergeant, you couldn't tell me nothing. Man, I was uniform starched. I was smashing cheeks left and right, man. I was working out every day. Man, I was wearing Under Armours as a t-shirt, nigga. I was wearing it. They'd be like, all right, y'all. They'd be like, we're just doing tops today. You ain't said nothing. I've been waiting on this. Take that doggone jacket off. You know what I'm saying? You ain't said nothing. I've been waiting on. I put on so much muscle. Me and my friend Moon, they were testing us for steroids. They thought we had time to be taking steroids out. No one else got tested for steroids. Nobody. I'm like, this is discrimination. This is discrimination. I put on that much muscle. They were like, what are you doing? Man, I don't know. I was doing push-ups. I was doing like 500 push-ups a day. I was doing like 1,000 because, we didn't have weights out there like that the first time. The second time, no, we had weights. I was doing the push-ups, the sit-ups, and I was using the weights. Man, I was a beast. Man, I was wearing Under Armour shirts. I had no body fat. You know how an Under Armour fits you. You can't have no kind of fat. Man, I remember they were giving us shots one day. These shots, these vaccines, which now we know better, but back then we didn't know. And all them chicks was in there, and I just like me and Moon, we were the only ones working out like that. I took my jacket off. Those chicks were trying to give me the shot. They were getting nervous, because when you got a nice body, I'm telling you, they were getting nervous and stuff, and they were like, Sergeant Young, looking good. Like, oh yeah, baby, I know. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? And, look, man, I had a blast in Iraq. That's probably why the women kept wanting to hook up with me and stuff. Because I was having me and Moon be walking around laughing and stuff, man, having a good time. Those chicks, man, they couldn't get enough. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't get enough. Listen, I like to have a good time, and I had a good time talking to my dad. And when you have somebody that they got the same kind of energy as you, and it's good energy, and you have all the extra energy, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to get on here. I don't have nothing to really talk about. I just wanted to get on here and talk to the tribe. Just chop it up, talk about things, keep it positive for the most part. Of course, put those 304s in their place first. Business first. But then, just chop it up with you guys, you know what I'm saying? See how y'all living, see if anybody from any other countries want to check in, talk about, what I'm doing, how I'm living. Fantastic. Living my best life, living the American dream. You know how it is. I ain't got nothing to complain about. Today I was talking, like I said, I was talking to my pops, like, there's 2 retirees talking. And he's like, yeah, we are a couple retirees. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Because I was talking about how, or he brought it up. He was like, yeah, the kids came over and they were telling me it's Thursday, and I thought it was Friday or something. And they were making fun of me, calling me old. I'm like, it ain't no old thing. I don't be knowing what day of the week it is. I was like, Pop, I'll be posting stuff up on my community tab on YouTube, and I'll be like, happy Friday. And I look at the watch, like, oh, it's Thursday. You don't keep up with stuff like that when you're outside the Matrix. You don't keep up with stuff like that when you're, hey, what's going on, family? I had to, brother. You don't keep up with stuff like that. You don't, listen, I had to tell my dad, good. When you don't keep up with the day and the time, because me and him, we don't really keep up with the time. We just kind of feel it. I can just kind of like feel what kind of time of day it is. Like, I know, don't make fun of me, but I can tell by where the sun is at, you know what I'm saying? I can kind of tell what time of day it is. So I don't really be looking at the time of the day. I'll definitely look at what day of the week. So if you see something on my community tab and I'm like, happy Friday, and it's Thursday, just know I'm living my best life and I'm not in no kind of social construct. You know what I'm saying? That shit's an illusion. I don't give a shit. The sun goes up and the sun goes down. How does the sun know if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? It's the whatever. I'm not saying it's Groundhog Day. I'm just saying the sun goes up and the sun goes down. I don't need to know what day of the week it is. I'm not in that social construct. You know what I'm saying? And my dad was like, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't need you don't need to know. Let them call you whatever they want to call you. They ain't going to call you a slave to the system. They ain't going to call you a worker bee. They're going to call you free. Fuck out of here. Call me whatever you want while y'all go to work. Can't even get it out. Y'all mad about it. Stay mad. Call me what you want to call me while you get up and go to work every day. And I go outside and ground myself. My neighbors hate my ass. I be saluting and smiling. They headed to work all late, flying down the road. And I'll be like, you need to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Get up a little bit earlier and get to work on time. You know what I'm saying? You got an important job to do. I don't want to hear nobody talk about me. I paid my dues. 9 years in the Army, 2 years in Iraq, 4.5 working for the White House. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out, got whatever I needed to get with my pension and stuff, and then with all the assets and the skills I've learned, I've made investments. I have businesses. I have businesses. I got people online that want to hate on me. Like they're the only people that know how to make businesses. They're like trying to figure out how I make my money the same way you do, fool. You know what I'm saying? What I don't do, however, is get on here and run my mouth about how I make my money. You never need to do that. You doing it for views, you fool. You need to keep some things to yourself. Why do you think I got out of my situation with my crazy ex? You never tell everybody everything. You keep some things to yourself. If she thought she knew how to destroy me, she would have done it. She would have done it. You keep some things to yourself. You never know when you might need to go in your bag and figure out how to get yourself out of a bad situation. And your enemy is a person you were laying next to. Fuck that shit. You'll never know everything I know. You'll never know how I make all my money. I'll tell you guys how I make some of my money, and it's up to you to figure out other things. If you want to make an assumption, a wild assumption, and think that I'm making money through whatever y'all thinking, then do it. I'm never going to correct you. That's something else y'all need to learn. When people make assumptions about you, never correct them. Let them think whatever they want. It's not your job to change somebody's perspective of what they have of you, right? If they want to have the perspective of you that you're a bum, your ex-wife got over on you, you ain't never going to be nothing, let them do it and have it. Don't let them project that onto you. Now, once they project it onto you, now that's a problem, right? You let them project it onto you. Now your mindset's messed up. I don't let nobody tell me who I am, what I can and can't do. No one can project onto me. I have people try to do it all the time. Down to 10%. No project onto me. Okay? I am very grounded. I know who I am. I've been through too much in my life, and God has saved me too many times. So to project on me all these supposed insecurities, especially when I only post up so much online. You know what I'm saying? Not a Ford Raptor. Man, I gotta get out of the country, man. I'm out of here. What is another Ford Raptor doing on this back road in the middle of nowhere? See, this is crazy. This is weird, man. How many Ford Raptors do you even see on the road in a day? This person on my back road. Man, you can't do nothing to stand out. Every time I get something, man. Every time I get something. Now, it wasn't the same generation as my Raptor. He had the aluminum plastic one from, whatever newer ones they got. I got the OG, the last steel model. You know what I'm saying? And the only one they made with a 6.2 liter V8. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, you hear? Okay. No, a lot of y'all in there like, he's insecure. Well, I mean, it is a newer Raptor, so maybe I'm a little bit insecure because it's a newer Raptor, but it's not the best Raptor. It's not the Raptor that people put on hats and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They put mine on hats. Okay? Okay? All right. Anyway, man, I'm gonna get off the subject of that stuff. I've been on here just rambling on and on, you know what I'm saying, for a long period of time. What is it? Lucretia, I'm on the back road on this backwoods country town in the middle of nowhere in a Ford Raptor, and next to my little cabin, and a Ford Raptor drives by me. What? I don't even see Ford Raptors when I'm driving down the road. I'm not gonna lie, I do see a Ford Raptor every now and again when I drive down the road, but not that, man. Whatever. I'm tripping. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna be like, oh, he thinks the world revolves around here. In my reality, it does. I am a Leo for one, and in my reality, it does. It does. Shit. Zodiac sign alone, it does. Whatever, man. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You guys, you know what I'm saying? Hate on me all you want to. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I'm just talking my stuff. Living my best life. Look, y'all, I'm serious. I'm living my best life. I am. I have a really good time what I do. It's not work. I was talking to my dad, and he was like, yeah, you always making them videos. And I was like, man, look, it ain't work, man, if you're having a good time doing it. It ain't work. Because I was telling him I jump out of bed. He's like, I jump out of bed in the AM. I can't open up my eyes fast enough. I can't pray to God fast enough. As soon as I open my eyes, I pray to God, for my rise, and then y'all, I would annoy the hell. That's why I can't have a girlfriend. I would annoy the hell out of her. I'll be jumping out of bed, getting up, working out, in the living room, what I'm saying, lifting weights, got my music on all early, dancing, praising God and stuff. She'd be like, oh man, I can't do this. I can't do this. You know, can't do it. You know what I mean? So I ain't even trying to put nobody through that. You know what I mean? It's bad enough I put my son through it, but like he got headphones in the room and also he can turn his TV up to some rain music. It's not up that loud, but I do get up early, lift weights, listen to music, what I mean, get my day started right, praising God that I rose. I mean, I really love life. I've always loved life. I'm always going to love life. And I'm in a place in my life where I worked really hard in my 20s, been in the army, doing what I have to do so that I don't have to work hard now. I pay my dues and I deserve this. Like I really deserve this. Like so, I know a lot of y'all like be feeling like, oh, this dude lucky and lucky and luck. It's disrespectful to tell somebody that's anointed by God that they're lucky. Now you taking away from God. It ain't nothing to do with luck. Luck ain't got nothing to do with it. It's God. And if you can't respect that, you know what I mean? Then I just don't pay people no attention. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of work into this. God made me do what I needed to do when I was younger to know how to work and how to make money and how to grind and never be settling for getting by. Always try to do better and get more. It's just the way it is. Lucretia, what did you put her in timeout for? She didn't even say nothing wrong. She wasn't spamming. She wasn't spamming. She was good. She was good. She wasn't even spamming the chat. She was actually, holding the conversation down until you got up in here. I was wondering what that was like. You put that woman in timeout? What did you do? What did you put Rachel in timeout for? Come on, Lucretia. You put that woman in timeout for? Come on. But yeah, she was just up in here, just talking in the chat. I I had this woman that was a moderator on TikTok, and I had women coming in and they be flirting, and then she just be blocking them and all this stuff. And I was like, "What are you doing?" She didn't even say nothing. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even say nothing. You just been block that woman. I was like, "Where'd all her messages go?" You could. They deleted all this woman's messages. Yeah, yeah, Krisha, you block these dudes, man. You be blocking these dudes in here. The dudes get blocked, and the chicks talking crazy, like blatantly crazy. Did you block her? Or put her in timeout? Oh, you put her in timeout for 300 seconds. What is that? Oh, that's not that long. It's not that long. But why did it delete all her messages? Whatever. Coming up in here, Krisha coming up in here, letting your presence be known. Come on now. Come on. That one wasn't even doing anything. She was not doing anything. She was super polite. Rachel, if you're watching this, I don't know why Lucretia did it. Okay, I don't know. I didn't tell her to do it. Lucretia just did it. You know what I'm saying? She just did it. Yeah, you gotta be nice to these women up in here. You know what I'm saying? Popped up in here. I didn't see you block any of these dudes. Block any of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And the only one that should have been blocked was JD. JD should have been blocked. That was the one talking crazy. That was the one here talking about what's her name? Kendra G. You blocked the one that was flirting with me. Come on. Oh, ladies be getting jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say? I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy over here. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just a guy minding his business. Lucretia's over here letting her presence be known, blocking innocent women. This just, what I'm saying? Just blocked her. Come on. Now when she comes back here next time, I'm gonna have to. If she comes back next time, Lucretia, I'm gonna have to make her a moderator. Now we gotta play fair. She was very polite in the chat, so we gotta play fair. When she comes back next time, I'm gonna go ahead, and that way y'all can't be blocking each other now. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't be playing. Hey, are y'all getting territorial over your boy? You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to share. Hey, come on. There's enough of me to go around. See, this is why I'm glad I didn't make you a moderator on TikTok. You'll block every woman in there. Come on. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, look. My phone's about to die, y'all, and I don't want to hook it up to the charger. I'm gonna get on TikTok and work out. You guys make sure you smash the like button. I'm gonna try to drop a pre-recorded video tonight because I slept most of the day. I'm gonna try to, but it might be short. You guys make sure you watch the video if it pops up in your feed. Be on the lookout for the video. The more you guys watch the videos, the more it's spreading through the algorithm. I appreciate everything that you guys are doing. For my haters out there, when I say this kind of stuff to my soul tribe, it's between me and my soul tribe. It's not meant for you to start saying stuff like, it's good for you to start accepting help from people. I've been saying this to my soul tribe from day one. I'm not accepting help from no motherfucking body. Okay? So y'all need to stop with that stuff. There's no way to mentally manipulate me into accepting help from someone else. You're going to have to come to me, hat in hand, and say you need help from me, which is what's really going on. All right? Don't ever think that I need help from you. I have the Most High God. He will always lead me to where I need to go and the people that I need actual assistance from. Don't never disrespect me like that again. All right? Appreciate y'all. Have a blessed night. And Lucretia, next time, play fair. Remember, next time Rachel's going to be a moderator as well. Come on now. Come on, ladies.